Look, this is what happens with anxiety. We tell ourselves stories. We create these stories. We go all the way in depth about these stories. We see the story. We smell the story. We can hear the story. We feel the story. We taste it. And it becomes our reality. It becomes real. This is why anxiety is so strong and so potent and heavy in our world today. It's because of what we're doing to intensify it, to increase the levels of it. And we live outside of ourselves. We don't live here at home. You hear me talking about it a lot. Come back home to you. And that's why I'm doing the world a service, not a disservice, because I have tools and strategies that help me and my clients with anxiety. And I would be doing you in the world a disservice if I don't share it with you and invite you to join me in Befriend Your Anxiety. I'm going to talk a little bit about it. I don't really like to talk in details too much, but because I'm just so spontaneous and I just put it together because I know what I want to talk about and I know what I want to accomplish and I know what I wanted to do for you. So here we are. It's going to start, I believe, next month. I don't know the actual date yet, but I know it's going to be starting next month for sure. Facts on that. But right now we're January 21st, and next month, that's where we're going to start, either the 3rd or the 9th. I'm going to give you that. The 3rd or the 9th. That's where we're going to start. I know this pandemic has caused a lot of stress, has caused a lot of anxiety. Anxiety levels have risen to the occasion. They're increased so high. All these different things that are happening. They said that 90% of doctor visits are related to stress. And stress is we cause to ourselves because of the stories that we create, the things that we tell ourselves, the words that we say to ourselves. And I am just raising the awareness of this whole anxiety thing because I want you to be able to live a peaceful, comfortable, and a joyful and a fulfilled life. And you can do it because I've done it with my anxiety. So many times when I'm driving down the road, if you don't know, I'm going to be here live one day, but I'm just going to tell you just a little bit just so you can get with me. I told you the story before. Excuse me. My Metatron is, I think, trying to speak or something. I don't know. But what happened when I told you about the story, I almost drowning, and now the story about me getting shot in a drive-by shooting, 11 bullets hit my door, and 2 of them hit me, and 1 is still in me. For years, I was driving and it wouldn't let cars get on the side of me. I didn't know what was going on, but it obviously triggered and brought back anxiety from when I was almost drowned in the pool. And every time a car got by me, I started sweating. I started like really almost panicking, and I would either go extremely fast or I would hit the brake and let them pass me, or I would just go. I would never let a car get on the side of me or get too close behind me because I thought that was going to happen again. My body remembered that, and boom, because I started to tell myself stories and I started to create, okay, are they going to do the same exact thing? Is this car, because this car looks like the other car, this car is the same color as this car is rolling at the same speed as this car. And what I was doing was intensifying anxiety, not knowing that that's what I was doing, but that's what I was doing. In the program, this is what I'm going to teach you how to break these things down. And I'm going to show you and guide you on a path that you will be able to be in full control over your anxiety, because you will become best friends with your anxiety. Like I have. I have become best friends. Some of my clients, they created something, they called it, they started to name it. Now they have names for it. And I love that. I came up with this incredible way of designing and creating a name for your anxiety. And that's what we'll be talking about in the program. We'll be breaking all these different things down so that way you can see where you are and what your anxiety is doing to you and how you can intense it or how you can bring it back down and lower it. Because even to the day, anxiety will come in any kind of form. No matter what form it comes in, it will still come into my path. But I'm aware of it, and I know what it is, and I'm friends with it without hating it. So it only comes a millimeter, just a millimeter, it'll show its face, and then it goes away because I get immediately present with it. It's something that I said, something that happened, I done, or smelled, or touched, I heard, whatever the case may be. It was something that triggered it from me in the story, or something that I said, something I did, something happened that triggered that, and it brought it back up. And now I come back home to me, and I'm able to be friends with it, and it goes away. This is what I will be teaching you, how to do it, what you can say to be friends with it, first of all, and what you can do when it does come. Because that's what we want. Because anxiety is going to come. You're going to get triggered from some form or some fact. Something's going to happen. It's going to trigger you, and you need to know what to do next when that happens. Only you can do that. I can't tell you my techniques. That's why I don't believe in advice and telling people what to do. I don't believe in that. But what I can do is help you discover in this program and how to do that, how to structure it, and how to follow it. That way you can see it. That's what I can do. And that's what I'm great at. I believe that. I am great at that. And I got you. But it's going to be completely up to you to say, look, is anxiety taking over my life? Is anxiety controlling me? Am I tired of it? And you can just ask yourself these 3 questions. What are you focusing on? And what is it costing you? And what will you do about it? Me, it was costing me my mental health. It was costing me my insanity. It was costing me to not be at peace when I'm driving. It was costing me not to be comfortable. It was costing me a lot of pain, a lot of heartaches, because I was focusing on my past. And I made it a point that I'm going to do something about it. And I took action. And I started to learn the 6-step safety method. I started to go through it. I started to discover. I started to break down because I forgot all about it. Because I didn't apply it. Because I created it and I didn't apply it. And when you create something, or when you have something, or you read something, or you get something, and you don't apply it, that's why it doesn't work. When I started to apply it and I started getting present with it, and I said, oh, wow, that's great. That's phenomenal. Oh, I can do this. I got this. Because I'm living at home and I'm not living outside of my home. I'm going to teach you all this. We're going to break it all down for you. That way you can see your design and your genetic makeup and where it's coming from. What triggered it, what caused it, when was it? And the meditation I'm going to do is going to be so far. I wasn't even going to tell you that, but since I said it, because I just love to give, it's just who I am. But it's a meditation that I'm going to guide you with, a guided meditation. That way you're going to get present with it. You're going to know what it is. You're going to be able to identify it. You're going to be able to see it. You're going to be able to allow it. You're going to be able to feel it. You're going to be able to embrace it. You're going to be able to transcend it. You're going to be able to respond to it. That's what you're going to be able to do in the guided meditation. I'm going to walk you through it. In this whole guided meditation, it's going to be so phenomenal. And even me, I enjoy the meditation myself because I've done it so many times, but it's always different. Because I'm always in the present moment. I never prepare for it. I don't even know what's coming out. I let Metatron, I let the Zen in me, I let all these archetypes in me perform and go to work. I just get present and I be still. And I know that I have the power to transform. Because if we have trillions, like 2.5, 2.9, whatever it is, trillion electrical volts in our system, every cell has like 0.7 electrical volts on it. Every cell. That's a lot of electricity. And when you connect to the universe, there's so much power connected there. And once you're able to connect with that, and that's what the guided meditation will be able to do for you. You're going to be able to be still, calm, soothing, peaceful, relaxed. And we're just going to walk through the steps. And you're going to be able to identify the anxiety. You're going to be able to identify where it's coming from. Be able to identify what caused it. When did it start? All these different things. It's just boom. And we're just going to walk through it. And after that meditation, you'll be like, oh my goodness, I'm good. Now I'm ready. But it's still more to the program. It's a 2-hour workshop. 2-hour workshop, guided meditation, some different tools and strategies, helping you design and create a new identity and not the old identity, helping you discover all these. These are the things that's going to be broken down in the program. So 2-hour workshop is $222 as of right now. I told you it's going to start either February 3rd or the 9th. I don't know. It just depends on where I'm at and what I feel and the energy that I bring in the channel and says, it's time at this time. But right now it's January 21st, and the cost of it is $222, 2-hour workshop with me. It's going to be guided meditation. It's going to be some strategies, some tools. It's going to be information and some homework for you in the program. We're going to walk through it. We're going to do it inside the program, inside the masterclass. That's what I believe. If you do it now, you're more willing. It's scientifically proven. If you take action now, then you're more fond and bond to making a change, to transforming your life. That's like right now you sitting here, you watching me live, and you say, look here, I'm going to come back. I'm going to think about it. If you think about it, your thoughts create this whole magnetic field to the universe. As soon as you think it, boom, it goes into the universe immediately. And the universe gives you back that same signal. Oh, I'm going to think about it. Oh, it's not important. It's okay. I can do it later. I don't have time. I don't have the money. I don't have this. That's what happens when you say you're going to think about it. You already created the think about it tactic. You already created it. Oh, no, this is not for me. Maybe you think that it's not going to work for you. Maybe you don't think this is going to work and you're not going to be able to receive the information that you want. Maybe you're not going to be able to show up. Maybe you're going to live in fear. Zig Ziglar says fear is false evidence appearing real. Whatever it is for you, this is what happens. Every time I say I'm going to think about it, I'm not going to do it. It's facts. It's proven when you do it that way. And when I say, I'm going to think about it, it never gets done. It's like I've been thinking about this program. I've been thinking about my whole Decide model. My Decide program. That's a whole different animal. I've been thinking about that for years. But I made a commitment in 2022 that it's coming. And it's getting ready to drop. Because I'm doing you a disservice. I have decades of experience of learning and knowing how to tap in to my power, how to help people tap into their power. To heal whatever needs to be done, to do whatever needs to be done, without living outside or looking outside for validation. And anxiety is a cause and a reason for you always looking outside and never being at home. And food choices that you make, life decisions that you make, all these play a significant role in your anxiety. That's what the masterclass is for, is to help you break these things down, is to help you create a different identity than what you have today. If you're willing and you say, look here, I'm ready. Anxiety has been controlling my life. I've been hating it. I've been running away from it. I've been going to get substance. I've been going to get alcohol. I've been going to drugs, porn, sex, gambling, girls, men, whoever, whatever. You say, look, I'm tired of living that life. I don't want to do that anymore. It's caused more pain than it has good. I am tired of living that life. If you say it right now that you're tired of allowing anxiety to control you, you're tired of hating your anxiety, you want to figure out a way that you can become friends with your anxiety. You want to figure out a way that you and your anxiety can become peaceful and best friends. When anxiety comes, it's no longer a problem. It's no longer sadness. It's no longer pain. It's no longer hurt. If you're ready to get to that part of your life, that chapter of your life that you say, look, I'm ready to be best friends with anxiety. I'm ready to love anxiety. I'm ready to build a partnership with anxiety. Then you're in the right place. And this is what it's all about, is becoming friends with anxiety. When my anxiety comes today, like I told you earlier, just a minute, a millimeter. When it comes, I'm able to come right back home because it's something that I done, not anyone else. Someone else may have triggered it or exposed it because of what I said or what I was doing, what I was thinking, maybe what I ate. And these are the things that I'm going to help you with in the program. When you're ready to do something, leaders, they say leaders take action now. I remember listening to Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela said he made a commitment to himself to not answer when he first went to prison. He made a commitment that he wasn't going to answer to anything but Nelson Mandela or Mr. Nelson or Mr. Mandela. He made a commitment. He was never going to respond to a guard if they didn't approach him like that. He made that commitment. And you know what he's done. He became president of South America. He made that commitment, though, right at the gate. He knew what he was going to do, and he made a decision. When you make decisions and you believe in your decision and you are laser focused with it, that's when magic happens. That's why I get to play with magic every day. And I love playing with magic because that's what drives me. And say a prayer. My dad just died. Sorry to hear that, Robin. Love to be friends with it. Absolutely, Charles. It's time, man. It's time to go in and pull the plug out. Make it happen. Yes, and that's what it is. So I'm telling you, because right now, just what we're facing right now, everybody is in a frantic, everybody's in a panic, everybody's in a stressful state. And when you operate from that state, that level, then anxiety rises. Anxiety starts to intensify itself because of what you're saying and what you're doing. And that's where the program comes in. Be friends with your anxiety. That's the masterclass. It's a 2-hour masterclass. I've already given you a bunch of tips and bullet points on it, which that's what it is. And that's where I'm at. Like I said, it's going to start either February 3rd or the 9th, one of those days. But I guarantee you, in 4 or 5 days, I'm just going to increase the price just because that's what happens. Because sometimes when you keep something there, this is what I've learned just in my own research and breaking down. My wife always said, baby, you have to allow people to make decisions and take action. I didn't understand that. I started researching all the actions and the steps and the things that I've done and all the coaching that I've paid for, thousands of dollars. I started to say, like, I made decisions right away. And that's why I got the help right away. That's why it worked right away. That's why I haven't said a cuss word in 22 years. That's why I never drank alcohol ever. That's why I never smoked a cigarette, did any drugs ever. That's why I haven't been into a casino in 6 years, 7 years, however many years it is. That's why I haven't cheated on my wife. I haven't cheated in over 5, 6 years or something like that. Because I made a decision. But a lot of times we don't make decisions because it's not detrimental to our life. Anxiety might not be detrimental to your life. You might deal with it because it's painful. You cope with it, but it's not detrimental. But when it becomes detrimental, then you'll start looking outside you for answers. Medication, drugs, alcohol, porn, sex, gamble, whatever it is for you. When it starts to be detrimental, us as humans, we wait too long to make something happen. We're always reactive and never proactive. That's why I never react. I always respond because I'm in full control over my anxiety. We're best friends. I want to teach you how to be best friends with your anxiety. I want to teach you how to fall in love with your anxiety. I want to teach you how to fall in love with yourself. I want to teach you how to forgive yourself and understand that anxiety is real. But as long as you run away from it, avoid it, it will always come back the same intensity level. Or even worse. But if you're ready to love it, if you're ready to be friends with it, if you're ready to no longer cope and ignore it, but you're ready to embrace it, you're ready to feel all of it, you're ready to allow it, you're ready to see it for what it is, and not worse than what it is, then all you got to do is send me a message and say, Coach, I'm ready. It's time. I've been living with anxiety for 20 years. I've been having anxiety for 30 years. It's been in my life since I was born. Huh? How long are you willing to deal with that pain? How much longer will you do you, your family, your friends, and the world a disservice by coping with your anxiety? How long are you willing to go through that? How long are you willing to experience all that before you make a decision? Is it going to take you to be medicated fully with all the meds in the world? I'm not bashing you. I'm not shaming it because I cope with gambling and cheating. That was my coping mechanism. So I can't bash you or talk about you. I'm here with you. I'm uplifting you. I'm inspiring you by my life and my story. I gave you 2 incidents, traumatic incidents, almost drowning and dying and being shot and almost dying. Like, those are dramatic. Yours might not be that dramatic. Or they might be even more. But I'm telling you how I'm able to get through it. I'm telling you how I'm able to deal with it. Not coping, but feeling and embracing. If you're ready for that, this might be your opportunity. Because remember, opportunities, doors open and they close. They open and they close. When you see opportunity, seize it. That's what I have for you today. Anxiety is real. Let's be friends with it. And let's learn how not to cope, but to feel and embrace it. That's where we're at. Shucks all day. All I'm doing is sowing, healing, uplifting conversations. That way I can knit souls and bring more souls together, and I can do the world a service and not a disservice. That's the only reason why I'm here. That's the only reason why I ran so fast to get here first over all the trillions of other cells and brothers and sisters that I could have had, or friends, or whoever you want to call them. But I made a decision to beat and win the race because I knew what I wanted to do when I got here. Is to help transform the world, but not be conformed to it, but be transformed by the renewing of our mind. And that's why I ran first to be born in this physical form. Oh, it's deep. I'm gonna show you some stuff you won't even understand. You'll be like, dang, that dude, he really was in special ed class from 2nd grade to the 12th? He was in special ed classes from the 2nd grade to the 12th grade. He was labeled and judged. His teachers told him that he would never amount to anything. His teachers said he'd be dead or in prison. His teachers said this about him. His teachers belittled him like that. Oh my goodness. In the program, you'll see the expertise in me. You'll see that I didn't have any help going through this process. No counselor, no therapist, no psychiatrist, no psychologist, none of that, just me. And I come up with these tools. Decades of it. I'm 40 years old. And no shakes, no tremors. Mental is superb. Inside, my organs are great, phenomenal. I know where every organ is, and I speak to it every single day. I touch them. I hold them. I feel them. Because they're alive. And I appreciate them. And I appreciate what it's doing. And I'm going to teach you how to do the same exact thing. Because anxiety is real. And if anxiety is taking control over your life, it's because you're living outside of this. I live here. I don't live outside of me. I live right here. And my organs know. That's why they work for me. That's why they give me the juice. They know I'm there with them. I want to teach you that. But it's up to you. Whatever you're going to do, whatever you're going to do. But just know, I'm here for you, Coach Richie. Shucks, all day. That's what we're doing. Sowing, healing, uplifting conversations. So we can knit souls and do the world a service and not a disservice. Tell my stories like I've been doing the world a disservice. This is another topic because I'm so hyped right now. I'm just hyped. Goodness gracious. I just got to come here this live one day and tell the story. That's what I got to do. Just tell stories. Just tell, Coach, just tell stories. You got stories, boy. They don't even know who you are. They don't know nothing about you. But you got stories, boy. You overcame some stuff. You made decisions. That's why the whole program is called Decide. Because I decided. I'm telling you, man, if you really knew my stories, you'd be like, man, how are you still living? For real. How is your mental that strong? How are you emotionally intelligent? Like, man, I'm telling you some stories. And you have them too. We all have them. They're all unique. And I can learn. I get inspired by stories. I don't need motivation. Please never try to motivate me. I'm already motivated. I don't need motivation from anyone. I get it from myself. But I can be inspired. And that's what I enjoy. Is to be inspired by people's stories and what they overcame, because that's fascinating to me, because I get it. Let's go. Hey, be friends with your anxiety. If you know anybody that is suffering with anxiety, this video, this program could help them. I'm just asking you kindly to share it on your page. That way your friends and your family can benefit and see that they're not the only ones dealing with anxiety. They're not the only ones that are suffering and struggling. Because remember, we cause suffering to ourselves, no one else. It's one of the signs, forgot things, making bad decisions. The prefrontal cortex is damaged, Charles. So if the prefrontal cortex is damaged, then that's why the choices that you're making are not healthy, because the prefrontal cortex is damaged. And then it can linger on. It just depends on I would have to know your story to see where it's all started and where it's at. And we design some different things, but that's where it's at. The prefrontal cortex is damaged. When you're not making healthy decisions, it's because the prefrontal cortex here is damaged. And you just now you're reactive. So you react to things and you're not really consciously aware of what's going on. So you react versus responding. And when you get to that point, but it just takes that working and that guiding to be able to break it down. And obviously, that's what I do. You've been following me for years. That's what I do. But what I'm saying is it's all designed. We have the ability to make decisions and choices in our life. And I always tell people, my mom, she didn't have the resources that I have today. But I would be doing my mom, my family, friends, and you in the world a disservice if I didn't be a vessel and part of this solution to transform lives. That's what I'm here for. I told you, I ran a 4.3 in the 40. I was extremely fast. And I made it here first. That's why I'm here today, 40 years old. Mentor's good, all that. I used to, and it's so crazy, I used to think that it was cocky or arrogant to talk about myself. Yeah, I was just so crazy. My wife said, "Oh my gosh," because she's like, "He's not gonna get off this live, is he?"
No, because
No.
you're used to not talking.
No, I'm just talking. But yeah, I used to think it was cocky or arrogant to talk about myself. I'm like, man, nobody want to hear that. Like, this dude cocky, this dude arrogant. But I failed to realize, no, these are my stories. This is what inspires people. This is what this is how people get to know me. This is how people connect with me. I didn't get it at first. You never heard these stories. These stories are decades old. They're old. I mean, old. I'd never share them because I thought it was like a cocky thing or arrogant until I realized I sit down, not only my wife, but some mentors. And I was like, God, man, they's like, man, you got a powerful story. Stories, dude. You got to share them. Like, what are you doing? Like, man, I just thought it was cocky. I thought it was arrogant. I get it now. So I toot my horn. And I'm really confident in what I do. I know I can transform your life. I know that. I know if you come to my program, I know what will happen to you. I know what will happen. If you join any of my programs, if you do one-on-one coach, I know what will happen. I know that for certain because it's worked for me for decades. And the thousands of people that I've spoken to and I work with, I know it works. This is not a game. This is not anything that I read out of a book. This is not anything I went to school for. This is my life I'm talking about. I experienced this. And I broke it down. And I know it works. And I taken what didn't work and I threw it out the window. But I went through this for decades. You don't have to go through decades. You can get it in 2 hours. I just workshop. 2 hours you can get what I've spent decades, pain, tears, blood, sweat, fighting to figure out. But I got it together now. And I'm telling you, it's coming. And the more and more I get inspired, it's coming. I just drop it. Before you go, give me one thing I can do to change this. Change what, Charles? Tell me what you want to change. What you want to change, Charles? Let me see what I can do for you. What do you want to change? What do you want to change? Yeah. So yeah, this is like really, it's so fun and therapeutic to me that I get to be able to speak. I get to be able to talk. I get to be able to live. I get to be able to be who I want to be. I'm not afraid of anything nor anyone. I get to just live life. And I know that my organs are working for me as long as I'm present with them. As long as I give them affection, attention, and love. As long as I'm doing that. My anxiety is fully in control. I'm in control, not anxiety. I am. Me. And then you say you was this little special ed kid from Erin, Oklahoma. From 2nd grade to 12th grade. Special ed. You thought you were dumb your whole life. Your not whole life, but your whole kid, your whole teen in some of your adult life. You thought you were dumb. You were insecure, low self-esteem, no confidence. Man, it's crazy. overcame all the adversity, all the belittling, all the hating, all the downplaying. And I'm here today, standing boldly, bravely, and just so courageous to be out front of the pack, to be able to speak on mental health. Oh, powerful. I love it. Yes. Charles, what you got for me? What you want to change? What you want to change? Before I go, what you want to change? This is what I love to do. Like this is how much confidence I have in me. Did Charles ask me a question? Before you go, give me something I can do to change this. This is how much confidence I have in me. That I know that I can help him change whatever he wants to change. Just right now before I go. My thinking, his thinking. Just boom, just like that. He said his thinking. He wants to get help with his thinking. Okay, so when you're thinking, Charles, it's like the question I asked earlier. When you're thinking, where are you at? Are you in your past or are you in the future? When you're thinking, and what are you thinking about? Because if it's painful, if it's hurting, it's time to come back to the present and come back home to you. Because the past, so you're in your past. So Charles, you're in your past, so you're thinking about your past. As long as you think about your past and you bring it into the present, that's why it's so painful. And it never becomes your past. It's always into your present because you bring it into your present. And you're not at home. You're living outside of your home. You're thinking about what you've done in the past. Maybe you have guilt. Maybe you have shame. Maybe you blame yourself. You haven't forgiven yourself yet. I don't know. All I'm doing is trying to give you something right now. I'm trying to give you that boost that you need, that I'm thinking that you need, giving you that boost right now. Because you're talking about your past. And this is typically what happened to 99% of the world. That they're in their past and they have some guilt, they have some shame, some blame, they haven't forgiven themselves, they're broken, hurt, in despair. Does this sound a little bit right? You are right. Okay, there it is. As long as you're back there, you notice I said back there because that's where it's at, back there, then you will never be able to live a peaceful, fulfilled life right now. As long as you're back there. And what you can do is come back home to you. Take your 3 deep breaths. You see how I am right here? Everything I do here on this live, I do it with myself. It's natural for me to just, boom, get right into it because this is what I do. If I start thinking about something in the past, I'm like, what? I immediately start to check me. And I'm giving you my blueprint right now, Charles. I immediately start to check me. And I say, Josh, where you at? And I pause just like that. And I give myself an opportunity to answer that. I'll be like, Josh, where you at? I say, oh, you in the past. What you doing in the past? What's there? I'll be like, nothing. So why you there? Oh, no, I felt a little guilty. Okay, what we need to do about the guilt? I felt a little shame. What would you feeling shame for? Because it's in the past. It don't even exist anymore. This is what I'm doing. So the whole time I'm doing this, Charles, you know what I'm doing? I'm creating the synapses in the brain waves. So the more I start to check me, the more I'm here and I'm calm and I'm in peace, the more the synapses in the brain waves start to heal. And they start to create new brain waves and new neurons and neuron transmitters. They start to heal themselves. Yeah, hold on right quick, Charles. Okay. Yeah, now they start to heal. So I changed my whole DNA by checking myself, by questioning myself and giving myself an opportunity to answer. And I changed the synapses of my brain waves. I changed the DNA. I've been changing my DNA for decades and I didn't even know that's what I was doing. I'm telling you, Charles, this is really powerful, man. I don't play with this stuff. Do you think you can do that, Charles? How do you feel now, Charles? I really just, I do that. Thank you. My pleasure. I got you. Look, man. And look, this is what I'm saying to you right now. Is I'm not telling you what to do, Charles. I'm encouraging you. I'm telling you what I do. This is what I would do. You can model what I would do and make it you. Charles, where you at? Charles, what you doing? Make it you. Model what I do, but make it you. Yes, you feel better. Absolutely. I'm glad to hear that. That's what I want. I wouldn't go get off this. I was not going to get off this live until you feel better. I was not going to do that, y'all. I got you. This is what I do. If you didn't feel better, we're going to figure out a different way how we can do it. But you going to feel better. And I'm glad you feel better. And that's what it is. Remember, make it yours. Go back and listen to the live again if you need to, because it's going to be here. But make it yours. That's all I'm doing is encouraging you, because this is what I do every single time. And all I do is encourage people. And I just want to be that aspiration, that inspiration, whatever you want to call it, for you. Because I'm good here, I'm good here, I'm good here, and I'm good all through my body. And I know that. And I believe that. The words I speak are really powerful. I don't say disempowering words. I don't say lower vibrational words to increase or intense my anxiety. I don't put myself in that lower vibration, that lower frequency level, that my anxiety, I start to panic and have a panic attack. I don't use lower vibration and lower frequency words, nor statements. All my stuff is higher vibration, higher frequencies. That's what I want to encourage you to do, y'all. That's it. That's what I got for you, man. Boom, the next step for you, Charles. Hey, what is the next step for you? Now you got to go think about it. What is the next step? Say, what is the next step for me? Am I ready? Am I going to hesitate, pump fake? Or am I going to just shoot it? Maybe a Steph Curry step back, jumper. Or a step back, my wife, jumper. She's the hoop. However we want to do it. But it's completely up to you. So now, remember, leaders make decisions now. They don't hesitate, they don't pump fake. My wife wanted to go to the rack, she going to the rack. Lay up. She gonna step back, jumper. But it's up to you. You gotta be the one, you're the one in charge. That's what I got for you. Look, anxiety program. Be friends with your anxiety. It starts either February 3rd or February 9th. It's $222 as of right now. That's what it's gonna be. Excuse me. My wife is crazy, man. I'm over here, I be in my own world, and she be over here trying to interrupt me in my own world. It's crazy. Luda Jenna. But anyways, when I was rudely interrupted by my wife, yes, it's going to start February. I know I said this earlier. That's what she over there saying. I put it in my head. I know that's what she's saying. Because it's what I do. They said if you say it 3 times, scientifically proven, if you say it 3 times, it gets stored and registered in the sub. That's what I do. I program the sub and I bring it into the sub. That's what it's all about. February 3rd or February 9th. As of right now, it's $222. January 21st, $222. 4 or 5 days, 6 days, it could change and it could go up. That's just the reality of it. That's just based on it. What I'm telling you right now, if you want in, send me a message, DM me, say, look here, coach, what I need to do, send me the link. I'm ready to pay this $222. Let's go. I'm excited for it. I know anxiety has been a thing in my world. It's been a problem, been causing me so much pain, depression, stress, overwhelmment. I want to be joyful. I want to be fulfilled. I want to love, and I want love to come out of me. I want to love me. I want to love my anxiety. I want to be friends with my anxiety. Boom, send me that message and let's get it. And let's make it happen. I got you. This is Coach Richie, and I'm tuning out Shocks all day.